Hey, Eurovision fam, it's Alesia Michelle. I am live and Technicolor. Oh my goodness. So we had, it's been a long day. It's been a long day already for me because essentially my day should be coming to a close, but it's not. But luckily I am here talking with all of you. Okay, let me shout out in the comments. Okay, we got folks from Costa Rica. Hey, folks from the Netherlands. All right, all right. Hello, folks from Ireland. I got Lucia from Portugal. Oh my goodness. And Ryan from New York, and oh yes, Colombia. All right. Slovenia's in the building. North Carolina's in the building. Austria, Germany. Oh my goodness, Scotland, Honduras, Philly is in the building. Lithuania. Okay, y'all are showing up for the stream because you know what's about to go down. We got to talk about what went down today. Day 4 of rehearsals, and we had Georgia, Albania, Portugal, Bulgaria, Finland, Latvia, Switzerland, and Denmark all hit the stage today. I'm going to say overall, this was like the glow up day. Like, I think sans one entry, every single entry, I believe, really did build upon the hype that they already had, really did some thoughtful staging, just making stuff hard for these juries and y'all televoters to decide who is going to make it through. Now, I'll just start off and say I did participate in the press poll today. And actually, oh, wait, I don't even know if I got the results. Let's see. So the winner of the press poll was Switzerland. In second place was Bulgaria, and third place was Albania. So my highlights today, my highlights of today's rehearsals were Albania. Yes, Albania. Loved her staging. I loved that she was sort of alone on the stage, looking like a sexy, sultry woman, delivering an extremely flawless vocal and giving us that ethnic piece that we need this year in the Eurovision Grand Final. Albania is qualifying. There's no question. It wasn't ever really a question for me about its qualification chances, but then they just got up there, rehearsed today, and solidified that qualification. The next person, I'm only going to pick 3 highlights. I had to limit myself a little bit. My second highlight is Switzerland. Switzerland, if you saw my reaction to the rehearsal, I mean, honestly, I almost cried because it was just so visually arresting. Think about Loic Notet meets Christian Kostoff meets art house David Lynch film Eraserhead. Oh my goodness. It was so, so good. The vocal was flawless. I literally wouldn't change a thing about the staging. Literally would not change one thing. He's giving us some choreography and meaningful movement. Y'all, I've been talking about meaningful movement since 2015 on this very channel. Meaningful movement is so important. Don't have somebody just standing on stage, stuck behind a microphone, doing whatever they're doing. You know, we don't need the ad-libbing. We need the meaningful, intentional movement. And we're getting it with Switzerland. Blech. And then my next highlight was actually Portugal. Really effective use of the LEDs. And interpreted it in a way that I wasn't expecting. So that was kind of like my big surprise that I still really remember it. Okay. Flavio, Albania will slay this year. Yes, they are. It's looking like it. Mr. US Johnny, Portugal came fourth. Yes, let me talk to you about the press. So the whole press poll was Switzerland in first position, Bulgaria in second position, Albania in third, fourth, Portugal. I'm going to drop the link to the article from ESC Extra, my good friends at ESC Extra. I used to write there. And yeah, Portugal's in fourth place. Fifth place was Finland. Sixth place was Denmark. 7th was Latvia, and in last place was Georgia. All right. So let me look at the comments real quick. Renato, both Albania and Portugal are now qualifying in the betting odds. You know, I always said that I saw a path. When I did my prediction video, I was like, I think Portugal's borderline. I was like, but I didn't put it there because, you know, there's buzz and things like that and figuring out. And I really had no clue. Even when I interviewed the Black Mamba, you know, they said they had some ideas for the staging, but they didn't really give anything away. Very artful use of the LEDs, very artful use of it. I think what they're doing is really special. I do still think it might struggle to qualify because it's like, you know, people at home, but yeah, I felt really good about it. Okay. Let's say, so Quentin DeWild asked, why are Albania, Cyprus, and Moldova dressed the same? Sorry, but so boring. Maybe they want to recycle each other's outfits. Well, honestly, they're all sort of different. They are, but they are in that same ilk. Actually, Cyprus's is actually way different because Cyprus's is actually kind of long. It truly is like a two-piece sort of situation. There's a situation happening where it's a little bit longer fringe. So I don't know if I would completely put hers in the same category. Similar, yes. Cousins, yes. But honestly, like we've seen that happen before on the Eurovision stage where there are like trends. I mean, at one point, everybody was doing like a cat suit on their tour. Everybody had to have a cat suit. It was different colors, different cuts, but everybody had to have one. So we see that in popular music. I'm not that pressed about it. Steven, Georgia performing right after Serbia after we've seen the staging. Georgia's going to end dead last. Low-key, I don't think Georgia's going to be last. I actually don't think Georgia's going to be last. Let me talk to you about, so my low spot of the day, was probably Latvia. Latvia needs the most work. I would change everything about the staging. The styling is good. And obviously Samantha Tina can sing. But watch my review of Latvia. Everything was wrong. Really. It was, or I shouldn't say everything. Because yeah, I like the styling and the vocal was good. But the staging was all wrong. The LEDs were wrong. The formations were wrong. And the camera angles were wrong. Too many wide shots. Unfortunate. Yeah, it was, the staging really was not what she needed. All right. I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk in general about semifinal 2, because I've already kind of said, I guess, who stood out to me today. And I can do a short thing. Georgia, very nice staging, looks really good. I like the effect of putting the words over him, the my love. But this is not going to qualify. It's not going to qualify. Albania is qualifying. It was amazing. I talked about that. Portugal, I talked about it, has a chance to qualify. I think it would still have to edge in, but I definitely think Portugal has a shot at it. Really. I mean, the song is sonically different. The way that they're telling the story on stage comes through, and there is a brightness of it. It really, the way that they are staging it is really nice. Quentin DeWild, I fear Bulgaria will be eaten alive by Finland in the semifinal. So yeah, let's talk about Bulgaria. Beautiful staging. Victoria sounded like the record, but we knew she was going to sing live. We knew that her vocal was going to be together. There was no question. The one thing I don't like about the performance, or I shouldn't say don't like, but one thing I think that the performance is missing is like a moment. We need something folks can latch on to, and it's not quite there yet. And when the song, you know, this is what I actually think that they should do. I came up with it. I came up with what Bulgaria needs to do. Here, I got this. Bulgaria, it's very the vibe. It's very much so the vibe of the music video, which is a good thing. intimate. You know, she's sitting down. I actually like the comfy clothes because, again, it makes you feel like, oh, you're just sat there with her. It's very inviting. It's very warm. It's very welcoming. I like the rock in the middle of the water and the ocean, but here's the problem. We needed a moment. And I know how we can have a moment, y'all. So while the performance is going on, we have a starry sky. Why can't we have at that moment when the music sort of like like when the flower blooms in the song, why don't we have it be dawn? You know, we have the starry sky, and then at that climax of the song, now the sun has risen. Ooh, somebody's gonna have to start paying me. Somebody is going to have to start cutting a check because the staging is just missing that moment. It's just missing like that moment. Lucia says, from what I saw, I think Bulgaria is overstaged. It's not overstaged. I don't think so. I like the fact that we have a prop. Some people needed a prop. Adam, delegations need to give Alesia some coin and get our girl behind the scenes giving advice. I mean, really, Dawn, we needed the moment. When I would have sat down with Marvin and Marvin's presenting the treatment, my question is going to be, okay, this all sounds beautiful, but what's the moment when the song envelops and when the flower blooms? What will people see visually to mark that change in the structure and just that moment? And he would have had to go back to the drawing board and come back to me with something, because really we should have Dawn. We need a moment. And that's the one thing that I do think was missing, but I love the Sands of Time. It was good. It was really good. Okay. So someone says sand in Bulgaria's performance makes it unique. It makes it unique, but we don't have a moment. We need the moment. The sand is just coming down constantly throughout of it, but you know, we need the moment. Arturas, Alesia, who has the winner vibes from both semifinals? Does Lithuania have a chance? Well, this is a nice segue. I'll just tell you, overall, of what I've seen since we've now seen all the performances, the moments where it's only 3 countries I got winner vibes from. 3. And I mean, I'm pairing it with also other things going on in the world. I would say the only winner vibes I got were Iceland, Malta, and Switzerland. And each of them for different reasons. Iceland's was just so on the nose and right and authentic and punchy and visual, but still we have highs and lows with the song, and it was enjoyable. You want to watch it and smile. Yes. So Iceland gave me winner vibes. Malta gave me winner vibes, really just from the vocal. The vocal alone, the ease, and she wasn't even like really trying. And the ease at which she was just oozing out them notes. I got winner vibes. And Switzerland today. I like, after I was doing it, I was like almost like shaking, because I was just like it was like my heart was beating so fast. The staging was so beautiful, visually arresting. Will Braze, who do you think might win the jury and televote in the final? Malta could still win the jury. Malta could still win the jury with maybe even Iceland on their heels. Well, probably Switzerland or France on their heels. I don't know, but we haven't seen the Big 5 rehearsals, and the Big 5 is coming with heat, coming with fire. And we need to see France's staging as of now. I want to see what Italy's bringing to. I want to see what Italy is wearing. Okay, someone's asking about Greece. I love Greece. The only thing about Greece is I don't know if Greece is going to win. It's a winning performance. You know what I mean? It's a winning performance, but I don't know if the buzz is there for the win. But let's look at the semi. Let's look at the semi. Well, I've got some questions. Who will be the dark horse this year? I think that, I mean, I've been saying all along that Greece was the dark horse. I've been saying that all along. Iceland might be a dark horse in the fandom, but it's definitely not a dark horse in the world. You know, it's been in the betting odds. Who might be really a dark horse? I'm looking. I mean, Finland might be a dark horse. We might be surprised how explosive the numbers end up being for them. I'm curious about that. All right. Greg, I don't think France will win the televote. I think France might be, but this is the thing. In this year, basically, you just have to come in at least, and given how the juries, how the votes might be allocated, there might be a ton of splitting the votes and a lot of discrepancies. So arguably, the person who is able to come high enough in both maybe just the top 5 of each bucket, like that's how tight this year might be. It might be a spread of the top 5, but honestly, I think we've got a 3-horse race, at least looking at the semifinals. So not counting France and Italy, the 3-horse race is Iceland, Malta, and Switzerland. Still, I know y'all don't like her pink outfit, but people at home are not going to care. They're going to be like, oh, it's an explosion of pink. It's memorable. Boop. They're not going to care as much. I'm totally forgetting Hooverphonic. I'm talking about semifinal 2. I'm talking about today. Hooverphonic is not going to win, I don't think. But I do expect to see them in the final. Okay. They will be in the final. Okay. Steven is asking, can you name the 10 qualifiers from each semi? No explanation, no borderline, just straight up. Yeah. So I hadn't finished writing it for this one. For semifinal 1, I'll tell you, because I did it live based off of was that my other notebook? Oh no, my other notepad is gone. Okay, but let me tell you, I think I remember. So I'm going to go through semifinal 1, who I think is going to qualify based off of the rehearsals. Okay, I'm going to get my pen and paper just so I have it correct and I keep track. So based off the rehearsals in semifinal 1, this is who I think is going to qualify. Lithuania, Russia, Sweden. I'm putting Ireland still in there. Ireland's still in there. Cyprus, of course. Croatia. Okay, Belgium. Belgium is qualifying. This is based off of the rehearsals. These are my qualifiers. I'm going to say Israel just because of the notes, honestly. The staging wasn't great. Israel might squeak in. Ukraine. And Malta. So, yeah. So that's my qualifiers from semifinal 1. No explanation. No, I mean, I explained it in my live stream off of day 2, my day 2 live stream at the end of the day. You can go check that out. So based off of the rehearsals, first semifinal, that's what I'm going with. Let's see. Sergio, Alesia, less exposure of the big 5 may harm them. I completely agree. I have always said that it is not an advantage to be direct to final. It's not an advantage. It is absolutely a disadvantage to already be directly in the final. You have to do more work then to really pull people in and build that. So someone said Norway is going through. After the rehearsals, I took Norway out of my predictions because he is sadly sandwiched between 2 powerhouse females that are just an explosion of color, light, and professionalism on stage. And I actually think being next to Croatia is really hurting Norway because Croatia is doing that early 2000s, late 90s sort of flair and giving us the Britney staging, low key, like really she's doing like Britney Vegas residency, but she's kind of giving us that energy, that early aughts feel. And in contrast to what Tix is doing, I think it does ultimately become slightly forgettable. I wasn't expecting some of the staging that we saw. And I think the glitter bodysuit, I don't know if that's going to be enough to really brighten it and make it stick for folks. We've got some other like really kitschy, easy to grab on, like memeable things with Lithuania and viral things with Russia that I think Tix's thing, like kind of shtick, might actually fall a little bit flat. So someone said, is Croatia a lock though? Well, with that staging and that performance, and if Azerbaijan keeps all those wide shots in it, she has no props on stage. She's just alone. It looks so empty. It looks so empty on stage. So she's not really a threat. And I think because Israel, I think actually what it's coming down to is kind of like Israel and Croatia might just squeak in. Israel, the staging isn't super ambitious, but those notes are. Vocally, it's very ambitious. Someone said too many bops makes Tix stand out. But Tix, it isn't like a traditional ballad though. And we have Ireland giving us power ballad and ambitious staging. If it works out, they're going to get it. Then also we have the powerhouse of Ukraine just giving us something so completely different and out of the box. And people do want to dance, I think. I think people do actually want some levity, joy, and dancing. So that's semifinal 1. Let me talk about semifinal 2. I was in the process of doing this before I went live. Jacob says, I think Norway is going to stand out between 2 bops. I am telling y'all, when you see the show, the running order is not helping it. I thought that he would stand out being sandwiched between the 2 ladies. By the end of the day, it became forgettable. Now, I will also say my bias is I saw the national selection performance and it's very similar to that. So maybe that's contributing. Maybe for people who have never seen it before, it'll pop more. But for me, I found it forgettable. And it's so weird. Found it forgettable. And I had seen it before. You know what I mean? Like, I'd seen it before. So the fact that I was forgetting something, like I was forgetting, like Tix was even in semifinal 1 at one point. Child, it was bad. Not the performance, my mind. Okay, so let's talk about semifinal 2. So without any explanation, semifinal 2 based off the rehearsals, this is where I'm at first, that I'm like, definitely. San Marino is definitely qualifying. Greece is definitely qualifying. Iceland's definitely qualifying. Serbia is, Albania is, Finland is, Switzerland is definitely qualifying. Go on and throw Bulgaria in there too, because it's happening. Okay, so then I'm left with 2 slots. What I would like to see happen, I would like to see Czech Republic edge their way in there. I'd love to see it. I had like a random IG conversation with Jan Bors, who used to be the head of delegation for Czech Republic. And he said, I guess, you know, really the rehearsal wasn't good, that they really missed a whole bunch of marks, and, you know, sort of the vision for what that staging was supposed to be really didn't come through in the rehearsal at all. Benny was supposed to be doing like far more choreography. But, you know, I think that they should have staged it completely different. So I'm left with 1 slot. So far what I have based off rehearsals qualifying for semifinal 2 is San Marino, Greece, Iceland, Serbia, Albania, Finland, Switzerland, Bulgaria, and Czech Republic. So what's left on the table, Moldova's left on the table. Austria is sort of left on the table. I don't think the televote's going to help out Austria at all. And then Portugal. Honestly, based off rehearsals, I'm putting Portugal through. Moldova ruined it by not having the kitsch. They needed that hook. They needed the ice cream cones. The LEDs behind them, behind her, should have just been the clips of the music video with the ice cream cones and her as the Candyland figure. That's what the LED should have been, but it wasn't. It wasn't. And I do think Moldova being next to Poland hurts it. Poland is kind of dragging down Moldova because visually they're very similar. I don't know who in the show I don't know if they just didn't give each other the heads up that it's like, oh, well, you know, they're using that same effect. And they were like, but ours will win. Oof, ciao. So Ryan says, I think Moldova will borderline qualify. Like I said, that's the shelf. The shelf is Moldova, Austria, and Portugal. And based off the rehearsals, I'm putting Portugal through. Portugal's was cleaner. The vocal was perfect in the way it was staged. It's not a whole bunch that they need to change, if at all. Miggy G says, Moldova needs the pink from Malta. They do. That's actually really what they need. They need just a plain background. This grid thing doesn't look good with Moldova. And y'all know I love that song. Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. Just took a little piece to show how I was missing out. Yeah. Josh, I could see Denmark being helped by the televote. Oh, did I? Oh, crap. Yeah, Denmark's on the shelf. Denmark is low-key. Actually, I'm taking out Czech Republic. Based off the rehearsal, I'm taking out Czech Republic. This is not my personal what I want to see happen. Denmark might be taking Czech Republic's slot. If Czech Republic doesn't get it together with the staging, Denmark is getting that slot, because honestly, looking at who's voting from the juries, Denmark's going to be on the map. Samuel says Czech Republic needs to qualify. I know. But if they don't have it together and somebody else does, you know what I would almost be cool with? Well, I hate to say this. I'd almost be cool with no Moldova. Like, I'd almost be cool with San Marino, Greece, Iceland, Serbia, Albania, Finland, Switzerland, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, and Denmark. I'm losing Portugal. I'm losing Moldova, even though I love Moldova. I think they did the all wrong staging. Yeah. Yeah. So, Lucas says, I would remove Albania from Denmark for Denmark. No, we need that ethnic bop, that traditional ethnic sounding bop sung by a competent vocalist, seasoned performer, Angela. Okay, Juan, checking Benny's social media, it seems he is taking this seriously, having a lot of beer and openly saying he forgot the choreo. Oh, Lord. Oh, child. I don't know. I might have to call up my boyfriend tonight, child. I might have to call up my boyfriend. Nil era juries are going to push Portugal and Austria low key. But are they going to push them more than they'll push Denmark? Look at who's voting in this semi, y'all. Look at who's voting. Denmark has qualified with less. Let me remind you, Denmark has qualified with less. This is nostalgic. It's fun. It's nice. Denmark has qualified with less. Edgar G says, is Latvia really out? Based upon what I saw today, unfortunately, yes. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Kolador, for me, Albania is out and Czech Republic is in. Maybe for you personally. I'm talking about what I think is actually going to happen based off these rehearsals. Oof. Isaac, I know the running order isn't helping Norway, but TIC's following is so big. Is it big outside of Norway? My friends in Ireland said they don't know nothing about him. My friends in the UK say, they don't really know anything about him. Heard the same thing from folks in the Netherlands. They're like, they don't really know who he is. So I don't know. And social media can fool us. We can think people are really popping with the social media. I mean, what? Bilal Hassani has a whole bunch of followers. Didn't help him none. Mark, y'all really underestimating Albania. Girl, have God's vocal, a really beautiful staging, and ethnic banger. Yeah, I think some of y'all are discounting Albania. Albania is qualifying. I thought I was qualifying before. Ross, jumping in late here, but wanted to say thanks again for all your coverage and ask how it's possible to always, oh, thank you, how it's possible to always look flawless. Look, makeup. I've been waking up at 3:30 a.m. ESC Ariel, Love is Forever came 13th in the final. They can at least qualify with this. Exactly. Denmark has qualified with less, y'all. Y'all be forgetting. Denmark has qualified with less. And they've been famous for stealing people's spots. You know, even though I like spin the arrow in the air, make your mark and leave. That was a good one. Ooh, that was a good one. Chris Wharton, do you see Poland finishing last? Could be Poland or Latvia, based on the rehearsals. And they are rehearsals. Okay. Someone said yes, it's big. Talking about Tix's fans. I repeat, social media be fooling y'all. Social media be fooling y'all. And again, is the following that big outside of Norway or like Scandinavia? That's the question. I mean, look, I said that Norway had the opportunity to qualify. I in my prediction, I said that I thought Norway would qualify, but based off of these rehearsals and the running order, I mean, because literally we watched Cyprus, then Norway, then Croatia, and I was just like, oh, I'm not seeing it anymore. I wasn't seeing it anymore based off of the running order and just who he was sandwiched between. Samuel Oates, do you think Ireland will deliver vocally? She needs her backing vocalist to do the backing vocalist job that, you know, some of the, like Cyprus is getting. Actually, I heard a really nice backing vocal with Victoria. Yeah, that one sounded good. I don't know if it was just the pre-recorded ones, but Victoria's was really good. Someone said Norway has Denmark and Iceland for votes. No, Denmark and Iceland are in semi 2. Norway's in semifinal 1. They have Sweden as a neighbor. And Finland's in semifinal 2. So, and honestly, I don't know about a Swedish jury giving Norway points this year. I don't know about that. Jacob Olsen says no one in Sweden knows who Tix is. Well, there you go. And y'all are neighbors. So yeah, I mean, honestly, like social media, I think us looking at social media audiences to determine how Eurovision scores will line up, I don't think is accurate. It's not worked in the past. I mean, no one knew who Duncan Lawrence was before, even when he was announced. People in the Netherlands didn't know who Duncan Lawrence was when he was announced, and he won. But I think with Tix, the idea of relying upon the fan base, you know, the fan base might not really turn out. The Nihalina says, I think Latvia will be last. It's possible. It's possible. Oh my God, it's possible. Greg, manifesting a Manesia shock win. No. I love it, but it's not winning. Tidgis D says, well, I do think countries that don't have a lot of friends, like San Marino, Rito, and Albania and Iceland, could potentially have some struggles with qualifying. No, not this year. Not in this semi. I don't think it's happening. Those are like, honestly, San Marino, Iceland, and Albania to me feel kind of surefire qualifiers. Yeah. Bernanke, potential shock qualifier predictions. I don't know if Denmark qualifying is really a shock. I don't. And then in semifinal 1, I don't think there's anything shocking about any of those qualifiers that I laid out. Malta, Ukraine, Israel, Belgium, Croatia, Cyprus, Ireland, Sweden, Russia, Lithuania. I'm just basing it off of the rehearsals though. Because look, let's be real. We've seen people qualify with bum notes. I just don't think that this year is the year where that's going to be occurring because it's such a strong year. This is such a strong year that I think people will be nitpicking and people will be latching on. Yeah. Tid just says Norway won't make it because they don't have friends in semifinal 1 except for Sweden, but they won't be able to save them. Oh Lord. Oh. Hey, just say, I'm afraid for Greece. The performance is a winning performance, but politically Greece is robbed every year. But televoters will love this. Look, I wouldn't be worried about Greece. Greece is qualifying. Greece is qualifying. It's not going to win. It is a winning performance, though. It's a winning performance. It's not going to win just because I think, it's just not the year for Greece. But it might be coming. If they keep serving like this, it might be coming. Okay, Langano, San Marino would not qualify in Semi 1. Well, low-key, if San Marino was in Semi 1, we might have a repeat of Eurovision 2019 where San Marino qualified and really had no business qualifying that year either. All the bum notes that we were being served and flat notes on the stage. Ooh. Slowly, do you like the Eurovision stage? I like the stage. I think it's looking good. And I think the way that most countries have staged has been very, very thoughtful, very thoughtful. Jam Slam, Montaigne posted a video of her crying after the press dissed her. I don't think that the press dissed her. I think she was crying. I mean, I saw the video. She was crying because she was like, oh, like it was the realization of like, oh man, I wish I was actually there. And also her press conference was moved, and it literally was happening during a rehearsal. And there were tons of people in the online press like asking her questions. So she wasn't crying because the press dissed her. That's not what happened. Raven, can Cyprus still win? I don't think it is gonna win, but I do think there's like a 3-horse race with 2 possible people on the heels. Cyprus might be on the heels. Cyprus might be on the heels, kind of like, where it's just that thing that could get enough televote and get enough juries to respect it, where then it is sort of like a 2011 situation, except for the fact that Cyprus is a song and performance and package deserving of a win. It just is. AJ Mina, manifesting Switzerland winning with the most points ever. I don't know if Switzerland, I don't think that we're going to have like a runaway winner this year. I think because Iceland is still in it, y'all. Malta is still in it, y'all. Cyprus is low-key in it too. Greece is gonna finish top 10 in the final. Greece is gonna finish top 10 in the final. They have to. They have to. That would be so crazy. Mark Kiev says, is Romania out? It's out right now. It's out right now. As of now. Christopher, I think Switzerland had the best staging. Oh, hands down today, Switzerland was the best staging. Without question. Without question, Switzerland was the best staging today. I say that comfortably. I say it confidently. I say it with ease and grace. Isaac, Denmark qualifying is like San Marino qualifying, which kind of makes sense. No, I mean, San Marino qualified in 2019. I think Denmark could qualify. Felix, what place would Belgium be? It should be top 10. It actually could become top 10. Low key. I'm just going to say this. The hellfire that would rain down upon the juries, the professional juries that don't have Belgium in their top 10 for semifinal 1. I'm telling you, I have no faith in these juries because it's going to happen. And I want to see what dumb set of people would like put that together. It's like, no, Belgium has to be like in every jury list. Mark says Belgium is going to flop, sadly. No, they're not. They're not. They're not going to flop. Giratina, who in the Big Five can change your overall rankings? France and Italy. But honestly, low key, the UK is probably in my top 10 this year. Quiet as It's Kept. That's one of my most played songs. Ukraine is my most played song this year. But I would say UK. Oh my, then I have like a whole bunch that I definitely probably listen to like the exact same amount, just like playlist wise. Australia, Czech Republic, Greece, Malta, UK. So UK's on that shelf. I'm missing someone. Let me pull up my playlist. Okay. Yeah, so Shun, most played, hands down. And then the set of songs that I probably listen to all in equal amount: Oh My God, Embers, Je Me Casse, Last Dance, El Diablo, Sugar, Technicolor, 10 Years, Loco Loco, even though I'm going to tell you, Hurricane is edging up. I had a day where I was just like, I'm just going to listen to Loco Loco on a loop, okay? Because I was feeling it, all right? Ben Sharp, your idea for Benny's staging yesterday was so good. What would you suggest for the UK? Oh, the UK. I've had like several different thoughts. I like the idea because the UK has been playing with props. I like that. I had an idea of kind of recreating the music video where we're sort of in this industrial space and people are just dancing and vibing. And you know, we just have like Big Zaddy, James, and sometimes I know, you know, with the coat and everything, and just working the stage, walking around. Out of the embers, you and I. Like, honestly, that's a song that I feel like could work. I would want them to incorporate some tech, though. And the way that I would want them to incorporate the tech would be like kind of aerial shots down with the floor sort of illuminated. No purple, no pink. Give us reds, give us oranges. Give us actually a setting. Why don't we have an LED screen that's actually a place? Kind of like Greece. Greece is giving us a pink and purple cityscape. But what about Embers giving us just like London, like underground London? You know, we've got the cans or whatever with the fire. And just that one could be kind of straightforward. Really strong dancers. Okay, Sally, who has the most affecting staging out of both semifinals? Probably between Switzerland, Iceland, Greece, and Ireland. If Ireland and Greece being the more ambitious ones, so you got to give them credit because they're both, yeah, Greece and Ireland are the most ambitious. And if they pull those out, I just want to take a moment and pause. I'm not closing out yet, and just say I've got over 500 people watching right now. And I just want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love Eurovision. I would have no one else to talk about it with if I didn't have y'all, seriously. So thank you so much. And if you're in the chat and you're watching, look, subscribes are free. They're free. You don't even have to get email alerts from videos when you subscribe. So if you love the Eurovision Song Contest, you're watching this stream, you're enjoying it, please just consider pressing the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it because I've been in this game for a long time and I need some subs. No, but thank y'all so much. I mean, honestly, I've been waking up super early and just like y'all keep me going. Like when I hop in the first stream of the day and there's already some folks like waiting and just ready to talk about it, it's like, how can I not have energy and just like be here and be present? How could I not? If y'all are here, why should I not be? So thank you all so much. ESC Amitslav, why are people saying Latvia will come last? What is wrong with the rehearsal? I cried watching the rehearsal video. Well, first of all, we have to look back that Latvia has had trouble before in the past, qualifying, and recently, you know. So I think there's that at play. And just this staging is not it right now in its current form. This is not the staging. The styling is good. The vocal is obviously good. But yeah, unfortunately. I think I'm getting so many comments. I am so sorry. Let me hop in. I had like a little freeze up. Creeps Gaming Craft. The risky thing about singing in your own language is that people don't know what you're singing about. So maybe Switzerland won't win on that note. This staging is so effective. The notes, it just sounds choral. And I mean, that's the job of the commentators to say, like, this is what the song is about and the staging is inspired by this. There you go, context set. Now you can come into the performance and, you know, and judge how you go along. Mark says hurricane staging was surprisingly boring. Well, it was pared back, but it's good. I think Serbia is qualifying. They looked like professional pop stars. They looked like Destiny's Child coming out there. The outfits looked like were worthy of Destiny's Child, and the staging was worthy of Destiny's Child. It was really good. I think Serbia is qualifying. I feel that comfortably. Felix asks, is Belgium's vocal good? Yeah. Was there a question? Oh, Alesia is really underrating Bulgaria. I don't know why. I'm not underrating them. I said they're qualifying. Bulgaria is probably going to finish top 10. How is that underrating it? Because I'm not saying it's going to win. Not everybody's going to win. You know, we have winners and losers. It is the Eurovision Song Contest. So I'm not underrating Bulgaria at all. I said it's qualifying. I said the staging was good. The vocal was flawless. It was perfect. I like the staging. I mean, I like the styling. The only thing is I feel like they need to figure out a moment. Could we have like a light, like something come down? I would add dawn. I would add like we then see like the sunrise in the performance or something. That's all I think it needs is like just a hook for not even me, for televoters at home to really, really cement like, oh, and then that beautiful moment when this happened. It's a very linear performance for the most part. So yeah. I am crazy. To be honest, juries should get a lyric sheet and translations for each country. Look, they can't even read the directions on how to submit their scores. You think they're going to have like a whole booklet and a handout? They should. But if you can't even read the directions for submitting your scores, ooh, child. And okay. Isaac, what about Victoria's father's picture at a moment? It's not really a moment because most people at home might not notice it. And it happens so early in the performance. You know what I mean? Like when I say a moment, it's like you kind of need that moment to really cement when the flower blooms, we need something to visually strike that moment. And we don't really have that. We have her at one point sticking her hand in the sand. That's not a moment. You know, I mean, and compare it to Iceland's performance where there are multiple moments throughout. The choir moment, the moment of the guitars uniting together, the moment of the first time the choreo hits, how does it keep getting better? You know, it's multiple moments throughout. I mean, Switzerland's coming on the stage and it's just like moment after moment. I mean, literally just shots that are just, it's like moment after moment. So we just have to find the moment for Bulgaria. All hope is not lost. We just got to find it. Okay. Carl, Victoria is still qualifying though. Duh. Yeah, duh. Mimi, someone says, hope commentators don't give negative comments about other countries. Do they do that? I mean, I've always watched. Does that happen? I watched some old streams where I think some of the commentators were a little ridiculous, where it's just like, just talk about the song and like what it's about to be and prep it for people. That's all folks need. Samal says, I think Portugal will receive a lot of televote points from France and Switzerland, and that's what could help them. You might be right. You might be right. Yeah. Mayo Soda's Flower, Lisbon. Alesia, what's your opinion when you see the orchestra LED in Portugal? Say it's great. I said my highlights of the day, staging wise, were Albania, Switzerland, and Portugal. Bulgaria had really good staging, but to be honest, I wasn't really worried. I figured it was going to be good. So I think with Portugal, it surprised me. And with Switzerland, I felt it like in my body while watching Switzerland's performance. Petar, do you think Croatia can finally be in the top 10? It is of course possible. It is of course possible. I think the thing that would mess it up is just that this is such a strong year. I mean, we really have like 5 songs kind of in contention to win right now. We have like 5 songs, I think, where it is an open race with those 5 songs. I think it's With the juries, I think it's like a three-way. Oh, no. With the juries, it's probably like a four. Actually, with the juries, it's a five-way. It's a five-way race. So then that's taking 5 slots. That's 5 slots gone from the top 10. And then we got 5 other ones. We got Cyprus coming for heat. They're not playing. Greece is definitely coming top 10. They're not playing one bit. Belgium needs to be in the top 10 without question. So, yeah. Ooh. Oh, people keep asking me for my winner. I told it's like a 5-way race. I'm cool. Honestly, I'm cool with like 15 countries winning this year. let me check. Who am I cool with winning from second semifinal? I'd be fine with Switzerland winning. I'd be fine with Finland winning. I'd be fine with Bulgaria winning. Iceland. Greece. Okay, so that's 5. That's 5 from the second semifinal. I wouldn't even be mad if San Marino won, low-key, quiet as it's kept. From semifinal 1, I'd be fine with Lithuania winning. I'd be fine with, well, Australia winning, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'd be fine with Ireland winning. I'd be fine with Cyprus winning. I'd be fine with Croatia winning. I would love to go to Croatia again. Low key, I'd love for Belgium to win. Ukraine, my most played song. And I'd be fine with Malta winning. How many songs was that? 10, 11, 12? And some of them I didn't mention that I like, and low-key, I'd be fine with them winning too. I focus though on the countries that I feel like it's either been a while since they won, or they haven't won before. But yeah, it's about 15 songs that I'm like, if it won, I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't be upset. Would I mind Sweden winning? Yeah, probably. I just, everyone knows I don't really connect with the song, but they've elevated the staging from Melody Festival, and I love the way that they changed the backing arrangement, vocals. Those are great. I love the staging. I love the fact that it's not the turquoise. I like the turquoise actually at Melody Festival, but I like that they've made it black and white. I think it just adds more seriousness to it. And I love to say styling. But I wouldn't necessarily want that song. It is still the Eurovision Song Contest, so I wouldn't necessarily want that song to win. Okay, dear Albania people, cool it in the comments, because you're really like kind of spamming the comments and I can't really get to it. And I already told y'all numerous times that Albania is going to be in the final. So yeah, just ease up on the comments, y'all, please. Musical Muffin says, Alesia, Benny tweeted yesterday about the rehearsal, and I asked him if there's a chance that the dancers would wear more bright colors, and he answered that I'll try to do something. Hopefully. I think Jan saw my video. I don't know if he sent it over to people, but they need pops of color. They cannot be in like black and gray tracksuits. Absolutely not. It's a stage show. So yeah, if this was like, maybe at like a concert in Czech Republic, it'd be like, okay, you want to be like cool kids, but it's Eurovision. They need to pop on the stage because it'll become so muted. So like we need each of them to have like an accent color. Like maybe one girl has like, red track pants. Maybe, one dude has like a pink top. Like maybe somebody has like lime green. We need something to bring it up. Bright colors. What's your least favorite staging this year? Oh, staging? Honestly, probably Latvia, because there was like no staging. It was just the girls standing and then her and then LEDs around them. There wasn't really a lot. I'm so disappointed with that one. That's so sad. Hey, Jesse, do you think Greece can win the televote in the semi? Probably not, just because of Iceland. I think Iceland could win the televote in semi 2. I was saying between Iceland and San Marino could win. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Albanian folks, keep playing in the comments. I'm just gonna have to put you in timeout. Like like I've already talked about some of that stuff. Leo, ex Eurovision Reina, could Moldova still qualify? Moldova definitely could still qualify, but I think that they've hurt their chances by dropping the kitschy staging. Who do I think will come last in each semifinal? Latvia is probably in the running for it, but Poland could too. Poland's rehearsal was not good. There was a lot that Poland needed to fix. But I do think Latvia's recent track record hasn't been as good. Oh, and there's just like no staging. We need more staging. And in the first semifinal, who could come last? Oh, Slovenia. Because North Macedonia made themselves a little bit more memorable, I think, with the staging. And Slovenia, honestly, like what Austria did is what I thought Slovenia could have done. What North Macedonia sort of did, I thought, like Slovenia really isn't highlighting Anna enough. Some people said Georgia coming last in second semifinal. I don't think Georgia's coming last. They got a lot of friends. Oh, Ben Sharp, who would be good to open and close the final? I mean, I wouldn't hate putting Lithuania first again in the final. Just putting that, I actually, because the thing about Lithuania is I wouldn't want them to come last, because just the message of that song, it needs to come early on to remind folks, like, let loose, have fun, you're at home. Like, yeah. Who will win the Barbara Dex Award? Probably between Tix and maybe, I was going to say Cena, because I think the Barbara Dex Award is different. It's now like becoming like really the more memorable one, like the outfit that really stands out. And it could be, it could be Cena in the beginning part, or it could be Manesia, her in the beginning part too. Felix, why is everyone underrating Belgium? Are they? Maybe fans are, who are like, I don't know who are 20 and are like, I don't know who they are. The song is boring to me. But but I think everyone above the age of like 35, 30 should have some frame of reference for who they are. Andreas, hi, Alesia. I don't really understand the hype for France. What makes it such a big contender compared to Malta, Iceland, Switzerland? Quiet as it's kept, the fact that we haven't seen it yet. You know what I mean? Like there's always shifting and moving, like when we haven't seen something. And because we have the national final to go off of, we've seen her perform it live, and that staging was nice, but we know it's going to be different. And I will tell you, Switzerland blew it out of the park today. If I were the French delegate, and honestly, I don't even know how we have so much faith in France to stage, because they've done it wrong recently. I can't remember the last time France had good staging. Maybe Patricia Cass? Yeah. I cannot remember the last time France staged something. It's like they can't help themselves. They just can't help themselves, and they just stick something stupid in there. And it's like, oh no. I'm so concerned. But I do think the song is still great. People will connect with it. I don't know if the general public will connect with it as much as like us in the bubble have. That's my main fear with it. Mista, France not having the handy cam style from their final will hurt them. Yeah, I actually agree with that. Well, you mean steady cam. It's when they have that, when they pull in. But maybe they will. Maybe they will figure out, maybe they will. Someone said, merci, merci. It wasn't staged right. They jacked up the staging, even though it was one of my most played songs. Yeah. But Bilal Hassani, no, that staging wasn't really right. But the song wasn't really right too, to be fair. Not in the year. It wasn't the right song for the moment. Debid, y'all gotta work on these YouTube names. Mine's easy. Alesia Michelle. Debido, Belgium gives me very James Bond song, which will go over very well with older viewers. Belgium is qualifying. Belgium is qualifying. Someone said, can you please tell us in detail about Malta staging? You can go to my channel and find my video that's all about Malta. I don't want to just dig too deep in that one. Derek Burke's Lisa Angel was horrible. And the song was great. I love that song. Yeah, and the staging, just her sat there with all of this stuff behind. Terrible. They just can't help themselves. Okay, Toonie B, chances of Slovenia winning the whole Eurovision. 0, because I don't think that they're going to be qualifying. I just don't. Harry 000, best outfit so far. Stefania, and oh yeah, Stefania, best outfit. But honestly, I like a lot of the outfits. I like what Cyprus is wearing. I liked Moldova's outfit. Natalia's outfit was good, but she needs thick heels. They shouldn't have her in stilettos. Ben Sharp Alma wasn't too bad. What? The Eiffel Tower, her in the middle of that stage all by herself closing out the show. That was not, I was so, and the crazy thing was it was a song that when you listen to the whole like mix of the songs, it was like, oh, this is actually good. Like, oh. And then, no, that staging, yeah, they did her wrong with that one too. Again, just me. I'm looking forward to Munchkin's outfits. Me too. Denny Al, is semifinal 1 still stronger than semifinal 2? Here's the thing. Semifinal 1 had some really shaky rehearsals, and maybe questionable ones. Whereas semifinal 2, I think really the only there were only 2 questionable ones, Poland and Latvia. Everybody else leveled up. And that makes it complicated. And I do think we have a lot of this, we kind of have a lot of similar vibes in semifinal 2. But we also have similar vibes in semi 1. We really should have done another reallocation draw. Hey, just say, Alesia, do you think Greece is underrated in the odds? Greece is 12th now. Oh, okay. It should be top 10. I would put money on Greece. If you could do odds on likelihood to finish top 10, I would definitely put my money on Greece. Who do you think will be done wrong this year? Well, I was almost buckling up for Czech Republic to be done wrong, but I guess if all of these errors were happening in the rehearsal, maybe they've done themselves wrong. Maybe it's not done wrong. Maybe they're doing themselves wrong. Well, the way that some people, and I didn't really want to give light to a lot of this, but the way that some people were just so ready to tear down Malta, I found kind of gross. I know that it's number 1 in the betting odds, and it's okay, will it last? And so there's this giddiness, I think, for people to not have this predictable winner, because arguably with Netta and Duncan, they were predictable winners. It wasn't really a surprise. They, once the songs dropped, they kind of stuck, and Netta dropped down rehearsal week with Fuego. But, honestly, Netta dropping down only, I think, ignited her base to just become more rabid and fervent to support her. So yeah, but I mean, Destiny is a young girl. She doesn't need to be super sexed up. I thought the outfit was fine. I probably wouldn't have done pink on pink, because at one point she was in pink and the background was pink. I would have added a contrast. That's what I would have done. But I didn't hate the outfit. I'm sure they have other options though. So if they want to throw in like a purple or a blue or a black or a silver or a white, go on and do it. If that's going to appease people. But I'll tell you, even if she changes the outfit, I think the haters are still going to be there. Just the way that people are just so ready to like tear it down, I thought was kind of weird. Just kind of weird. Isaac, I think Georgia is the real black horse of this year. Could you see that happening? No. No. Jan thinks it's qualified. I mean, look, Georgia has friends, but I don't know. Mello, Brian, Alesia, do you think Italy will end up in the top 10? Yes. 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 Without question, Italy's ending up in the top 10. And it shouldn't be any other way. One, and most of us haven't seen the first rehearsal. Well, I've seen them. Y'all haven't. And yeah, it was a whole bunch of people who were like, oh, this is awful. Based off a photo, you didn't even see the show. You didn't even see it in motion. Just so ready to tear it down. It was kind of, I'm telling you, it was kind of gross. I was like, dang, like, is it that deep? Oh, thank you so much from Bulgaria, Teo. Oh yeah, you've watched before. Thank you so much. Andreas, Alesia, what entries do you think will improve staging and performance? Well, I'll tell you which ones need to improve. Poland needs to improve. Latvia needs to go back to the drawing board and figure out what they can pull out within the next couple of days, because we need to resurrect that performance in some way, shape, or form. Samantha deserves the best. She deserves the best. And oh, and from semifinal one, Romania. Roxanne, girl. You know, here's the thing. I always get on people about like losing their voice. I don't think she had lost her voice. She just wasn't hitting them notes. So I don't know what you need to do to really get the pitch and key permanent. Ozabil, could I get press accreditation if I applied now? The window is closed. Patrick, do you think Ireland will qualify? I'm still saying that Ireland's qualifying. Leo, Alesia, what is a country you think will play super high but don't think it will win? Greece. Greece is going to be high. It's not going to win, but I think Greece will be very high. I think Belgium should be high. Honestly, I'm just not convinced that people at home are going to understand France. So it could end up high, but I could see the juries just being like, not jury, sorry, the televote just completely being like, I want to dance. Yeah, like I could just see the televote just straight up being like, I want to dance. Oh, so Ozabil, oh, okay, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, great. Georgios, according to an Azerbaijani friend, everyone is not even questioning their win, but I don't agree with that. Oh, wait. Azerbaijan is not winning. Azerbaijan's going to struggle to get out of the semi. I thought that it was going to make it in, but they're not using any of the tech, and everyone else is just being far more ambitious and delivering with that ambition. Leo, do you think Ireland will qualify if Belgium qualifies? Yeah, they're very different. Ireland's like a pop power ballad, you know, and Belgium is a moody, dark adult story. It's like adult storytelling time. A Jam Slam, I would like to see a Eurovision winner disqualified. What? Who is doing that? What are we talking about? Jam Slam, what's going on? What's going on? Mike Crystal, Alesia, do you think Moldova could go back to the sugary overtop theme? Yes, they just need to change the LEDs. It's as simple as that. Make the LEDs the B-roll from the music video. Show Natalia real big in the Candyland theme and the ice cream cones on a loop. And then instantly Moldova's back in the running, and unfortunately Portugal's not. And maybe even Czech Republic's out if that's the case. Because now that I think about it, y'all, Denmark is probably qualifying. Yeah, Denmark is probably qualifying. Killen Smith, would you rather Israel or Croatia? Well, that's not fair because, ooh, that's a tough one. Because TikTok has the stronger chorus. TikTok has the stronger hook. And TikTok has the way better staging. But Eden, you know, the vocal, the range that she's showing. Oh, this is like choosing between my children. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah. Oh, Patrick says, do you think Ireland, if done right, has the best staging? I mean, pretty close. For the best staging, I don't know. But it's hard to say because each person is sort of doing something different. I like what Ireland is doing. I also like what Greece is doing. And I like what Iceland is doing. And I like what Switzerland's doing. Those are my four, like, oh, the staging is like impact. It's sort of my Russia 2016 moment where it's like every time I watch it, I'm going to be like, how did they? Oh, what? Yeah. So I just want to say thank y'all for watching. Y'all have been holding fast, but I know some folks might want to watch this later, and I don't want to have the video be super long, and we're already over an hour. But thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we have I'm like, tomorrow's not a break. Hold on. I'm like, let me open up the calendar. Yeah, tomorrow's a break. So I will be back with you all on Thursday, but I want you to hang tight on my channel because I am going to be releasing some videos tomorrow. I have an interview with Hooverphonic. Your girl got to talk to Hooverphonic. Yes, the adults have arrived. Okay, so look out on my channel for that. I think also I uploaded my interview with John's Tears, so you definitely want to check that out. But yeah, I will see y'all back on Thursday live. I will see you back on Thursday, and definitely check out my channel. I think I'm going to be doing my one-word reaction, but I'm going to do my one-word reaction to all the rehearsals. Mixing it up this year, giving you the content you need and want. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I've got so much content coming for you. Thank you for watching. I am so excited for Eurovision 2021. Bye.